Hello, it's me again, Hugh from QLC. Welcome back. Okay, so the main article that I was looking for that I had believed to be um archived and then just removed from the state.gov website, representing the U.S. Department of State or State Department, whatever. Um, it has been found on the U.S. Embassy of Lebanon page. What they've got done is they've gone and moved it from the United Department of State webpage, and they've moved it to this archive because Trump's no longer the president. So all the web pages created during the time that he was president, it's been archived to another part of the website run by the United State Department. And what they've done is they've removed, to my knowledge at least, they've removed any mention of the any investigation about the Institute of Virology, but they have kept a lot of articles pertaining information about the great illness, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. So I found the article. The article, hopefully it's the original article just placed onto another web page, but the article states that obviously the U.S. government under Trump, they had their suspicions that China were covering up details um, about not just the outbreak of the great illness, but where it originated from. Now we've all been told the story that it started from the Chinese wet market, people eating um, a bats or some nonsense, and then they got a zootonic disease transmission from animal to human, something like that, and that's what we've been told. But of course, the U.S. State Department, including the Secretary of State, um, up until a few days ago, Mike Pompeo, and of course Trump himself, his boss, they believed that the great illness may have originated within the Wuhan Institute of Virology. So that's why I wanted to do some research on that, because I was trying to do some research on the whole outbreak and the whole fiasco that is the great illness that I can't even say the name of on YouTube. Moreover, they said that on this article that I had to go and find that um, they believe that the Wuhan Institute of Virology, since scientists there have been conducting research on similar diseases, since 2016, and since there was an outbreak of SARS in 2014 linked to that place, they believe that it's probable or possible that um, the WIV, Wuhan Institute of Virology, may have inadvertently leaked um, the great illness somehow. Um, of course, I've been looking at articles uh, from a British newspaper talking about how they found videos of Chinese scientists working on their scientific research on such diseases with faulty seals on the freezer that they use to compartmentalize, you know, samples of the disease or similar diseases. I've looked into articles that mention patient zero of the great disease and the fact that she's been missing for about a year. They shared a photo of her. They've been talking about how she was a scientist working at that lab or a similar lab, and that she was um, focused on researching similar diseases, and she may have contracted the illness, and then now she's been missing for a year. That's suspicious. What I also find suspicious is the fact that um, the Chinese government, they have been um, refraining anybody from doing their due diligence in investigating the WIV or the Wuhan Institute of Virology, stepping foot in it, uh, you know, interviewing the scientists that work there that have anything to do with the research into uh, diseases similar to the one that has killed more than 2 million people. Hell, I'm not even supposed to say killed, am I? YouTube is so soft these days, but who cares? Um, so that's what's suspicious to me. Everybody knows that the outbreak started in China. Everybody. Like, everybody knows that. I don't care if YouTube takes the video down for that. But everybody knows that already. It's been on the news. We all know this. Even the powers that be are willing to admit that. But what? But people are just sure. Not enough people are focusing on the fact that the Chinese government or the CCP, whatever they're called, are actually going out of their way to stop the powers that be, such as the World Health Organization or other entities, including the U.S. government, from fully investigating the WIV or any other lab that has anything to do with researching similar diseases or similar strains to the great illness that we have to uh, vaccinate the whole world against right now. Like, that should be suspicious in itself. How the Chinese government, they're not being 100% transparent. They need to be 100% transparent, because it's more than just a PR disaster now. 2 million people have passed. They're no longer with us. You also got to think about the fact that if we don't fully understand where this thing came from, how it began, how it could transmit so easily. I mean, we know some of the information, but not all of it. If we don't have 100% of the information, we are not fully able to prevent this from happening again. Everything that happened in 2020, we're unable to prevent it from happening again, which is what everybody wants. What everybody wants for the sake of physical health, mental health, because nobody wants to be in another lockdown or lose their business or their job. Financial health, because people have lost jobs, people have lost businesses, they had to shut down their businesses for the better part of a year. That kills small businesses. We want this prevented, but apparently, according to the U.S. government, according to the U.S. Department of State, or according to different entities, and according to different individuals and experts, the CCP, the Chinese government, they don't want you to know everything that is linked to the great illness. They don't want you to know everything that we could find out about pertaining information on where this thing came from and how it broke out. We're just being told the wet market story, and we should shut the heck up, and that's it. That's all we should believe in. Just anything that CNN and BBC and MSNBC says, whatever. I can't do that, because we all know that the mainstream media, they've gotten out of their way to bend the truth to their favor for decades. Doesn't matter what you watch. Left-wing media, right-wing, CNN, Fox, they all bend the truth to their favor and put in their little sprinkle on it. So, that's how it is. I'm gonna bow out right now. I'll upload this video. There's going to be a few more coming up in the next few days. If I were you, whoever's watching this, I would not just look at the mainstream media to find out information on this great illness and the vaccine, because we've seen stories of, people dying after taking one of the vaccines. Because remember, there are different vaccines. There's Oxford, there's Pfizer, there's different ones. You also have to remember, I read a story on a nurse getting the great illness a month after taking it, a male nurse. So they're already talking about how these vaccines are not 100% effective. One is 95%, one is 94% effective. So 5 or 6% of the people that take the vaccine, depending on which one it is, they could still get the great illness and still be able to transmit it to other people. But they're saying that we should all take it anyway. And I've also read that even if we all take it, that doesn't mean that we can't stop social distancing. Obviously, that might make sense if the vaccine takes a bit of a while to be fully effective, which would make sense, I guess. It's still not the good news that everybody's hoping for just yet. So please like my stuff, comment, share, subscribe to my video channel for more content, and I will see you lot soon.